by the time that ends, Carl.
It's always good to start a match off on a positive note, Michael.
I think we'll thrive in our 50s, Carl.
Going to get a look at the two. Very handy. He actually breaks the balls very good, Chris. He pots the one. Well, he's playing the combo for a quick rack.
Yeah, very quick. So Chris Melling with the 3-9 already.
Well, here comes the two. Near another corner pocket. This is just the start Chris would have wanted. He's got down quick. That usually tells you. Yeah, a player does. Nice shot, bit of spin. That little short of pace to pull in using the spin. That's what he's having a go. He's overdone it. Here. Yeah, well done. I know Fedor's just been struggling a little bit with the tables.
He's near an all-in 9-ball player, as you were saying earlier on.
After the break shots. Listen, if Chris is getting chances and opportunities, he does, because he tries to mix all these cue sports.
Needlessly ran out of position on the 4, ended up giving up a chance. Fedor Gorst has swiftly levelled at 1-1 in the early stages of this.
Yeah, Elliot Sanderson was 10-8 up against Melling. He broke off, never got back to the table, Michael. Elliot was distraught.
I think he scratched, didn't he, at 10-8 on. There's always a different context, I feel, with Elliot Sanderson, because he had a very good job outside of pool, working in the civils. Sanderson, at times, has been a player what was arguably the biggest match of his life so far. He looked very comfortable and played very well.
He sort of shouted out, or kind of sung it to a degree.
Well, the answer turned out to be pretty good, because he played well. And about 8 months ago now, Fedor Gorst became the first player to have appeared for both sides at the Mosconi Cup, and he's a 2020. And he's also a winner of this rack with a break and run. Gorst leads for the first time in the match at 2.
Break.
7 American winners
Yeah.
of the World Championship.
Yeah.
Nah. Many times they won it, and Archer did win it twice, Strickland 3 times.
I thought,
You've got me doubting myself now, but I've checked it again. It is definitely 4. Five matches across those 2 Mosconis and won them all.
yeah, so the Gorst mistake.
On the 9. To win 8 in a row, and did it. Has to do half that today. Needs 5 now against Joshua Filler. And Chris Melling taking his chance well there and levelling against Fedor Gorst.
Can't remember how long ago he's actually been since. So quick, doesn't it? It's probably getting untamed so much when you look at what's going on, hasn't it, as well? Marga's an unbelievable player, very clever pool player.
Himself might have been on the A team. Well, instead he was on the B side with Imran Majid. He found a way to make his point because the B team actually won.
Yeah, that's a good pot from Chris.
a decent chance here, a shot at the 3. Oh no, he hasn't. My apologies. He's got the opportunity for 9-5, and you'd have to make him a strong favourite from there. Nice work again then from Chris Melling. What he's made. 2 in a row for him. And the British player leads Fedor Gorst by 3 racks to 2. Next rack, but can't really see from our vantage point here exactly what's going on.
We'll keep you posted if you're just tuning in here on the other one. Melling's breaking well. Nope.
Yeah, the 7 was left hanging for filler, and there's always
balls that you just would never expect these top players to miss. And Van Boning's got a chance. Going for the pot, or is he going for the bank, or spinning it round? He's going for the pot. Yeah, he's overdone it. It was a big shot to take on. I'm not.
Took care of the 2 Austrians, Mario He and Albin Ocean, in the first 2 rounds. By a total combined score of 19 did.
Well, big news on table 2. Van Boning had an easy table layout. I've stood up just to glance at the under the radar a little bit. Wojciech Szewczak out of this year's World Pool Championship.
Will have to wait for at least 1 more year. Wojciech Szewczak has defeated Shane Van Boning by 11 racks to 7. It's one of the very...
Victor Zielinski will have something to say about that because he's about to play João Grillo on that. This match, however, is brewing up nicely.
Yeah, and Fedor Gorst has made it level for the 3rd time.
Cue ball's close. And it's the cannon off the 9 ball, as usual, scratch. That's
for Melling.
Great chance for Melling. 3-rail the cue ball like so. Can't really fail to get on the ball then.
Last 16. Oh, he's already gone a couple of rounds further in the... first phase with only 5 wins from his 15 matches.
Very good with the rest as well.
Just as you say that, he misses one with the...
Still early days, obviously race to 11. Well, he did leave it. But no one would come even close to Chris Melling using the rest.
Scratch off the break from Gorst.
All over the tables, as we would expect. It never changes. There's always dry playing 9 ball. That's why I believe it's the best game on a pool table. How do you get on this 3? Not like that.
Oh.
Does that go? No.
Yeah, right. You need to get to the final for that. Get through this round, you're guaranteed 27, and if you're still in the championship by the end of tonight, the least you can walk away with is $50,000 and a chance to multiply that by 5. Yeah, in terms of the number of matches needed to end up winning.
It's purely and simply because we've never really seen it like this in pool.
Thing from the money point of view as well, for any of these guys, say someone like Jeffrey Ignacio or Wojciech Szewczak, so that could be a factor as well if it's one of the Fedor Gorst has a bit of maybe snatched a little bit at a 2 from distance. Well, actually he's there because he's left Raga hooked behind the 4. Raga leading 9-7 there. Until now, from 3-2 down, Fedor Gorst has moved 5-3 up on Chris Melling. Well, the two did pass the 9.
Has he come far enough over? He's not.
And if he leaves ball in hand or a chance there, chances are Filler
Didn't quite hit it hard enough. He's trying to get the cue ball locked in behind the 6. He could.
travails this week. Fedor Gorst ended up being the last former world champion still in the championship.
Yeah, this was.
Yeah, and it's a 9 that Raga is quite simply not going to miss. So is it going to be Fulda revisited? It's Joshua Filler's dreams ended by Anton Raga. Filler has got
5.
Yeah, there's always a big second favourite there. Shot here, well controlled, 2 rails for the 8 behind.
Chris Melling does indeed close to 5-4 down, and nearly always getting near the end of tournaments.
This will be playing a push. Yeah, he could see the bottom.
But he may have had a bit of a result. Oh, I'm looking at it again. He hasn't. He's left this on. This is Raga's chance.
Gorst will be kicking himself with the kick shot into the event. He's a feared player in the Philippines. Melling's missed a 2 ball.
It's over now. He's got a simple 9 in the corner. Joshua Filler's wife Pia, who played in this championship and was 1 rack away from single.
So, we've lost SVP. And we've lost Joshua Filler.
10.
Yeah, Joshua Filler, he needs to go back to the drawing board for me. Oh, what a shot he's played there. Patterson just been a bit unlucky, or that shot, for instance, with Chris, where he's hoping he had that chance against Capito, didn't he? I just feel like, and I mean it with all the respect in the world, because I'm Filler's biggest fan.
Ruiz did sort of 2021, 22 into early 23. That's what we were expecting Filler to do. Hasn't happened yet, and it won't be happening here.
I know that sounds a bit mental, but it does, and you could ask the players. And oh, there's a great angle of the Gorst cue action. So Melling also has a good cue action, but Melling has this real long pullback.
Well, he isn't exactly powering away here, but and once again he's too clear. Gorst leads Melling 6-4. Well, it's wide open now, isn't it? All the people who have a chance. 6-4 Gorst.
Just losing the cue ball a bit, isn't he? He's potting the 1, like coming off this rail. Yeah, coming down lower. He's got a good chance to lay the hook.
Victor Zielinski is the next highest at 11, so Gorst, the only top 10 player still in this.
God, 100 mile an hour. I think he should be a sprinter, not a referee.
Yeah.
2 rail kick. Oh, good effort, Christopher.
Marcel doesn't. Yeah, you were talking earlier about Melling being such a good snooker player. He's from that wonderful Yorkshire cue sports tradition. It's always been massive for snooker and various forms of pool.
Well, let me tell you.
Snooker and pool, which she still is obviously very involved in.
Just overcut it. It was a chance.
For a while. Now, of course, very much associated with Blackpool.
That's why I've got this weird kind of accent.
What's greats?
Well, I'm not sure about greats, but
To shake off his older opponent. Might just pull away from there, and goodness knows, Gorst might actually win a match comfortably.
Because of where the 8 is. Oh, and he's hung over the pocket. There are pockets, that should make life a little easier. Wow, how do you like that?
Strokes in the 7, sorry, the 8 here. He's only one behind against Fedor Gorst at 6-5.
Fourth moments, but they truly are, because Chris made the mistake in the previous rack. That Gorst missed out 7. Chris dished up, and then now big pot here for Christopher Melling. No, never looked in, hit the rail. Easy to hit this all wrong when the cue ball starts to fly. Well controlled.
I think with Rat,
it was that shot, remember, where he tried to cannon the ball off the other ball?
Yeah.
In some ways, does it really matter?
Yeah,
the last couple of racks look like they're going to go to the player who...
Do you feel we might be looking back on at the end of this and saying that was the biggest moment of the match, in a sense, because for the 3rd time in the match, Fedor Gorst leads by a couple of racks.
Again, the cue ball is coming off the side rail, bottom corner. Watch it come off. You see it come there. He's not quite hitting the break how he wants. Fair enough, he's making the one.
Okay.
Just playing a little cutback. He's lost the cue ball here.
I think his involvement was one of the positives of the week. You look at the 3 points USA did manage to win. Well, he was involved in 2 of them. And
just got to take care of this 5 ball, which he slams home. Just lost the cue. Joshua Fuller exit the event, and they know they're going to play the winner.
5.
It's made a little bit of a difference. Oh, he's dropped his shoulder. This is what I mean. You could just feel it. He's got away with one. Could have. Yeah, the kicking stick was there. He's not quite hit the 6 how he wanted. Well, how about that?
yeah, wonderful shot, and that should set him up for an 8-5 lead.
I think you'll see Gorst take a time out on the 6 ball as well. Look at what he's left himself here on the...
To lead by 3. And managed to recover the situation in the end, and now he needs 3 more to advance.
A little bit on the break. That's better, a lot better. Look at the difference, Michael. Look what you get blessed with off the... Sliding up the left side of the table. And we will be showing you that junior final on this very table.
Yeah.
And now I'm looking at the date and all sorts. It's all going on here. It's the 7th. Yeah, it's definitely on at 7:30.
You've definitely got the right.
I was getting a bit excited then. I'm thinking semis, it's quarters, isn't it? Wow. Working with Johan Royce, isn't it, Michael? It was all very close and a bit back and forth.
It's got him into the lead for the first time in the contest at 2-1. This has given him his biggest lead yet, and Gorst only needs a couple more in the quarters. There, but as the 9, giving Melling a bit of help.
Yeah. Yeah, coming down the right hand side of the table. Big bounce help. Well, he's got to really It's almost like 1 foot in the quarterfinals this evening. Yeah, and all because come over for the 8 ball. There you go. He's missed the 7 ball. Absolutely incredible. Yeah. Got to flick off it, play safe. Didn't have a choice there. Didn't get left bottom side of this 7. Well, we have a match.
Managed to see that out and win the rack. Would have been almost certain he'd be in the quarterfinals, but now 6 down.
Yeah, break and run or a golden break, 9-7. He's still well in this match. Well, he'd have had no shot on the point. Watch the 2 ball here. Looks like it's going up table. Is it? No, it was the bank. Of course it was the bank. And now he's at the table with a wonderful chance. I'm thinking I'm going to have to win the last 6 racks. He would have felt
being behind in a match and being behind when your opponent's on the hill, because the other guy's on the hill.
You know you can easily win this match. 10-5 against break. You sat there just...
Remember, this is a guy who, a couple of days ago, I said because he really couldn't walk properly. He can certainly play properly. And he's reminding on the last 8 himself.
Well, this is setting up. He can pot this ball. He's going up in the other pocket, not that pocket, yeah, that pocket. Oh, he's holding.
Yeah, there was some sort of distraction there.
Yeah, I mean...
Then again, there's movement constantly around the arena at these events, so you're only 1 adrift.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yep, off the rail as well. We're about to...
Plays pretty quickly, Chris Melling, but even allowing for that, the amount of time it's taken him to get from probably 10-5 down to now trailing only 9-8 and break.
Yeah, huge break off coming off. He's going to get a shot, the 2. Well, he's got a chance to tie it up at 9-9. Oh, he'd like to rewind. He may play the bank again here. It's almost like a free go at the bank. Yeah, because if you miss it, you find the top rail. Playing it slow. Fired up for it. He can pot this ball. He can pot this ball.
It's a remarkable thing to say, but there's no arguing with it. I'll talk about looking like you fancy the job. It's like he's not aware of the... Many people feel the best player in the world. World from being level with him, and only a couple of racks away from knocking Gorst out.
Get up.
Indeed, it is 9-all. And look how quickly he's playing, Carl.
Looked like he was going to go near the pocket. Maybe rattle and stay near the pocket. He hasn't. He's come further down the rail. Safety shot. Getting down fairly quick.
10.
Just and I feel it's bigger for Gorst than Melling, to be quite honest. He's hit the rail after contact.
Oh, he's not going to.
Oh, he has.
Ooh.
That's all he could do, really. Melling looked dead and buried in this match. This sort of grimace, he feels like he's going to be locked up.
Bye.
It's gone in the side.
Bye.
Who looked pretty comfortable when he led 9-5.
Yeah, and it's not a difficult finish. I know there's
Bye.
yeah, they're not going in clean, Michael. You won't care. Just give yourself this big angle. Back yourself. Yeah, that's how.
Bye.
It's nice. And came through. Ooh. So Fedor Gorst, after losing 4 racks in a row.
Well, it's a good break. Oh, at first, Michael, I kept quiet because it just looked like balls were going to tie up just because of where the 2-ball was headed.
Still in the championship.
Good shot. Very good shot. Brown, 7. Okay, he did get past the 9. Good shot for Gorst.
And it looks as though
Someone's just put the music on. Not really sure why. Terry, pressure.
only 5 players who have won this World Championship have ever come back and won it again. Fedor Gorst somehow is still here with a chance to add his name to that list.